And welcome to Destination Newry's Meet the Councillor series. And today we'd like to welcome in the studio Andy Moffett, Ulster Unionist Councillor for Newry and Mourne District Council. Andy, how are you?
Not too bad, Tony.
That's good. Good to see you.
Yes, and
Now
it's a very good day, and how would you not be well?
Indeed, on a day like that.
Yep.
Andy, can I ask you, where were you born?
In Ash Grove.
Ash Grove.
Yep.
What was it like growing up at that time?
But we lived in a little house at the gatehouse of Jimmy Donnelly's estate, a 2-bedroom gatehouse, and I'm sure it was a very small kitchen. I just don't remember what the kitchen was like, but the woman very much in it from my mother. And at that stage there was 6 of us in it, and my father and mother, so there wasn't much room about it.
And what part of Ash Grove are you talking
It
now?
was up at where you go in for the entrance to the schools now.
Oh, the new schools
Our
up there.
Ladies.
Oh, yes.
Yep. It was a wee house used to set up on the height there.
And you
a
could see everything, I suppose,
yes,
from the
and
height.
there's a wee avenue, a wee small avenue down onto the road. And that particular time, Ash Grove was very popular because that's where all the people walked at the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. And there was a row of trees from one end of Ash Grove to the other. I have good memories of it.
Very good. What schools did you go to?
I went to Rockfield Primary School.
Where was that now, Andy?
It was out the Belfast Road and into the right there, out round on the Demolly Road.
Oh, the Demolly Road.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's long gone now, is it?
Yes, sitting there now and not in good shape.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And what sports did you take part in when you were in school?
I didn't really take that great interest in sports, but I was all my whole background's farming, and I spent a lot of time with my grandfather. And I passed there in the mornings going to school, and there was many today he said to you, "You needn't go today. Come on in here, we can do with you." And we spent a lot of time there working.
So you had no time for sports, really?
No, I know.
Farming background, they don't have
Sadly
time.
to say, I have no interest in sport, but I have 3 boys, and they're mad keen about sports.
Right.
And it's good to see that, because it's good to have an interest in life
Yeah.
and have something else rather than work.
Yeah.
You know.
Because you're only starting to wind down, really, nowadays, are you?
Correct. Not at all. I'm farming away at the minute, and I'm still farming away, still as greedy as ever was.
Well, sure. That's what's keeping you going, Andy, isn't
That
it?
is right. That is right. My boys would tell you that.
Well, what are you? Have you any hobbies then? What sort of hobbies do you have?
I'm farmer.
So you're
yeah,
as well as your working life,
yeah,
it's also a hobby too.
Yeah, yeah.
Just takes up
Yeah.
your life, really.
Well,
doesn't
the
it?
council is. I take a great interest in what's going on in Newry and Mourne District Council, and it takes a lot of my time up. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, Andy.
Yeah.
What was your first job then?
My first job was in the bacon factory on Armagh Road, and very, very sad to see it being pulled down, because it was a great place of employment, created a lot of jobs for the people of Newry and Mourne, and was very disappointed to see that factory being demolished.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big employment for
Yes,
the locals.
it
wasn't
was a big blow to Newry and Mourne, because there were real jobs
Yes.
and well-paid jobs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't mean over the top, but it was a decent wage, and better overtime helped the working class people in Newry and Mourne at that particular time.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. What's your favourite type of music or band?
Well, I've a great interest in pipe bands. Wouldn't be over the moon about, well, a good first flute band would be, and I'm not that fussed about these rowdy bands,
Right.
because there's hundreds of them and they're all the same music.
Yeah.
And I think when they control that big drum, they hit it far too hard.
Right.
You
Do you play an instrument yourself?
No, but my whole family would be pipers.
Is that right? All
Yeah,
pipers.
all pipers. And my father was a piper, and my grandfather was a piper.
So it's just carried down.
So it's carried down through generation, you know.
That's unreal, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, what about holidays? What's your favourite holiday destination, or do you have one?
No, I'm not a great man for holidays. I like to go maybe down south, maybe Killarney and Tralee and Cork and them places. Not a great man for the airplane.
Oh, you don't like the
I
airplane?
don't like travelling any further than, say, London or Scotland or Wales.
About an hour max on the plane.
An hour on the plane does me. I have been in America, of course, at the expense of the ratepayers.
Right.
And it was a 9-hour flight, and I certainly wouldn't want to do it again.
No, that just...
I was in Pittsburgh on behalf of the people here in Newry and Mourne.
I know why that. You can't. You couldn't settle for 9
No,
hours.
no, not at all. I couldn't settle for 9 hours.
Well, what about what's your favourite type of food and or drink?
Oh, I like a good steak now, and would like the old Chinese, but not a whole lot of it.
Right, not the spicy thing. the
No,
end of
no,
it,
no, no. Well, I like the sweet and sour. It's very, very good.
Very good.
You know, and we welcome the Chinese as well in the area as well.
Indeed, indeed.
And anybody else that's creating employment.
Indeed, indeed. It's always good to have new employment in every, so how do you like to relax, unwind, in the evenings, or do you?
No, I don't unwind that much. I go home and I'm not a television man. I don't watch television at all, and I've got worse lately. I used to be clamouring for listening to the news, but it don't bother my head now, because a lot of the news now, it's not good news.
Yeah.
There's always something happening
Tragic.
all the time, and you get sick listening to politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big grown up men fighting and arguing about each about nothing.
Indeed.
So, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Who inspires you and why?
Well, I'm a member of the Ulster Unionist Party from a very young age. We would have what you call young unionist organisations right through the whole of the areas. And I became a member in that in 15 or 16 year old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's over 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
Yeah. My father was a councillor in Uri as well.
Before you?
Yeah, before me, yes. He was a councillor as well. And I took a great interest in him at the time, out electioneering for him and knocking doors when I was very young, 15 or 16. So I have a great interest in now in politics.
It must have been exciting times at that time.
Oh, it was
for
surely.
you,
It was surely. It's great. Elections are great crack.
Yeah.
Because
everybody's buzzed up.
Knocking doors and you're listening to complaints, and you're if there's someone else where you're always trying to get one over on them, and that's the way it is.
And I suppose there's a bit of crack involved too.
Great crack and going round the doors and that, with the people.
And
well, we got told off many a time, of course.
Oh, you got the...
Oh, yeah. No, we never were chased, but we are always remembered what we didn't do and what we should have been doing. Well, there you are. That's
so it was a learning curve too.
Cracking right. And enjoyment.
Very good. What was your proudest day as a councillor?
Well, my last election, I had a very big vote, and I was very proud of the people who sent me back to New and Mourne Council with over 1,600 votes, and that was a very big vote in the area, the biggest vote ever I got.
There you are.
And we just couldn't believe it, and many of those votes, believe it or not, came from the nationalist community.
Yeah, because
because when you sit down and do your homework do a head count in the area, which is we shouldn't be doing, of course, but it is done at election times.
Yes.
We wouldn't have had that type of a vote in the area. You mean we haven't got the numbers to return a councillor with so many votes, if you understand.
I see, yes.
So me colleague, he flew home as well, David Taylor.
Right.
So the two of us was elected, and a lot of the nationalist people had put their faith and trust in me as well, and sent me back to New and Mourne Council.
But then you've represented.
Yeah. Well, I do that. I don't. When I started fighting elections, politics is fought on up till we win the seat, and after that, it's forgot about. I no longer think of what anyone is, religion or who they are or what they are. That's it.
It doesn't matter to you.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm out there to do the work for the people. I'm there to help the people, and I'm there at the call when they need me.
Very good.
Doesn't matter who they are.
Very good.
I would have a lot of nationalist people knocking my door, day and night.
So you've represented a lot of maybe different communities.
Yeah.
Because we've a massive diverse community now in Newry and Mourne. So you represent them all, really, don't you?
And I represent them right across the board, the whole of Newry and Mourne, believe it or not. I would have a lot of people from the South Armagh. That'd be across the Glen, in the heart of South Armagh, Kilkeel, Warren Point, right around the whole area.
Yeah.
I would have a lot of people coming to see me about things,
Yeah, various things.
And
you help them out to the best of your
Well,
abilities.
you see, they contact their own councillor, and then they need a wee bit of support. Their councillor needs that bit of support at a meeting or somewhere else, and we attend meetings with them to get them that bit of more support to try and succeed for what we're looking for.
Very good, very good. What are your hopes for the future of Newry and Mourne?
Well, Newry and Mourne, as you know, is a great community.
Yeah.
My concerns are now that we're joining up with Downpatrick Council.
Right.
And we
That's going to be a massive area.
It's going to be a massive area. And you know, the great people down around Southdown as well, but we don't have an awful lot in common when you leave, go out through Kilcoo. This side of Kilcoo is Uri and Mourne. And it would be a far better mix to bringing together Uri and Armagh Council, rather than going away down in the Downpatrick.
Castle Welland, and then
there's a very bad road to it.
It is.
Start off.
Yeah.
There's no road to it.
Yeah.
And it's well away from the people of Uri and Mourne. It's a long road from Culloviddle to St. Field.
Yeah.
And it's far, far, far too big.
It's massive.
The other thing I'm very disappointed in, that Uri and Mourne hasn't had new headquarters built.
Right.
Now there is new headquarters in Down, and I was down at the opening of them, and Margaret Ritchie, who is an excellent MP, got up and made her speech, and she made us aware that their new headquarters can accommodate all the departments, and there wasn't a mention of Newry City.
Oh.
And that annoyed me, because we need new headquarters in Newry. We need jobs for our grandchildren. You understand?
Yes.
My fear would be when we do join up together and people go to work in Downpatrick,
Yeah.
they'll automatically leave the area, go there and live. They'll go for a year or two and they'll say, we need to buy a house down here, we'll come beside our work. So I'm disappointed that Uri and Mourne hasn't new headquarters.
Yes. Yeah.
Down had went ahead and done it. We
Yeah.
didn't do it. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a councillor. You're a well-established councillor,
Yep,
and I'm
yep.
sure it's up to you guys to maybe try and thrash us out in the council offices.
Well, I think our officials should have been pushing a lot harder than just sitting by, say, waiting until it happens and then go and look for something. You need to look for it before the thing happens.
I have it up and running.
Yeah.
Have it up and running. What are your fears then for Newry and Mourne?
Well, we need to be looking. We need to be lobbying more for jobs. When you listen to your television at night, there's jobs in Derry, Londonderry, and everywhere else, but Newry. There's no real big, well-paid jobs coming to the area.
It's more retail. It's all.
It's a sort of an all retail situation and shopping centres and stuff like that. Part-time jobs for our young people.
Yeah.
And then our the brains of the Uri and Mourne leave the area, they head away out of the town to work. They go away, they live somewhere else, and we lose those people to the community.
I know, because they're all around the world, and henceforth they're going to see this interview today.
What do you do?
Well, you can just say hello to them for a start.
Yep.
What can be done to make all the diverse cultures of our community, what can be done to make them feel as though they're part of the local community?
Well, you see, we may have this great setup up in Stormont, but to me it's not working.
Right.
There's an awful division there yet amongst the political parties. You see, I have no problem with a good Republican nationalist who would be looking to unite in Ireland. No problem with that.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends with that type of people, but they're not going to shoot me for it, and they're not going to burn my house over the head of it. If you understand what I mean.
I do, yeah.
They would. If it happens in peaceful, they want it in a peaceful means. If it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't be supporting going south, as you know.
Yeah.
No good night. Sitting here trying to butter you up and say, "What is this?"
No, but we don't want politics to come into this. But
no, we don't want politics.
All I'm saying is, the likes, there's Latvians, there's Lithuanians, Polish, Chinese, but to try and make all these communities feel part of the one community.
All those people are very welcome in the area, because I have to say many of them are working and has jobs.
Yeah.
And they're fair good workers.
Well, I'm glad to see all these diverse cultures coming in, because it makes, I think it makes the community a better place. It makes Newry more a better place to live. More interesting, and you're learning about them too.
Yeah. Well, I see until there's a political party saying, and they're all the time trying to undermine other, even SDLP. I mean, Sinn Féin and SDLP don't get on together. If you understand. The only people I see now are working very closely together would be the DUP, the two extreme parties, and the Sinn Féin party.
Well, there you go.
And some of the things that are happening is unbelievable.
I'm actually I'm astounded how well they're working together.
Well, I can't understand it.
Well, I can't understand it, but I think it's great because if they can do
Well,
that, I think all the other parties should get together.
Yeah,
You know,
well, then
because
you see, it's all about power.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to get them all singing on one hymn sheet.
yeah,
You can
Yeah.
assure you that.
indeed.
You know.
But it can be done. I think it maybe
Well, as long as
the
they're
next generation.
you
I
can
don't
you
know.
can work with people as long as they're not working against you behind your back,
Yeah,
trying to undermine you.
yeah,
If you understand,
I do indeed. Yeah,
then you see we can all go together. If we're all looking in the same direction, then we can work together.
if you're all looking at the same direction and see the one vision,
Yeah.
and then the bigger picture, and then it'll
Correct
all
and right,
work.
correct and right. But whenever you have a party trying to undermine you,
Yeah,
then you don't trust those people,
yeah,
him or her.
Yeah.
You just don't trust them, and that's it.
that's the
Yeah.
bottom line then.
That's the bottom line.
So, what message can you give the youth of today in the community? If you have a
Well-
message, for people, they're all emigrating, they're going to
Yeah.
Australia.
Well, you
America.
know, we here in Uri and Mourne District Council have one of the best systems of education you could get anywhere in even Ireland or Northern Ireland. No better. With good schools. I would like to see some type of a status of a university about Uri, where there's degrees can be done and young ones probably be able to stay at home and be able to come into town and do their degree instead of this having to be. A lot of people can't afford
Is right.
to stay away, and I would like to see jobs to encourage the young people to stay. Young people have more guts than we have because they got up and went away and they got themselves educated and they went away and looked for work and better jobs, and they wouldn't come back near us, a lot of them,
Yeah, yeah.
because they're well enough off where they are and they think we're daft.
Well, you say it about a university there. We've got the Southern Regional College over there. And
Yeah.
it's a great.
Oh,
and
it's
then
a good facility.
and then they've opened up the other campus
Yeah.
across the road.
Yeah, but we need to add to it.
You're right. We need more.
We add to it. I always maintained that we should have a status of a university in Uri,
Yeah.
and nobody's listening.
No, because there's certain subjects. If you take
Yeah.
up music, you have to go to Armagh. You have to go
Yeah,
here.
and then they
go
would
there.
say if we bring students into Uri, where do they stay and where do they not stay? Well, I looked at Bestbrook Mill, for instance, and I always said that would be a good spot for university students' accommodation. Could be developed into accommodation, but we're far removed from that as yet.
It's a massive complex too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Although that's where the new headquarters of Uri and Mourne District Council should be.
In
Is it
Bestbrook.
in Bestbrook Old Mill. Anyone that would visit Newton Abbey Council, they have an old mill down there, and it would be great for anyone to go to see the criteria.
Up in Newton Abbey, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But then we've also got the Abbey fields up for sale now.
Yes, but in a council I represent the Fuse area, that's part of South Armagh, and everyone tries to look after their own end.
Indeed, yeah.
And you take 400 to 500 jobs going out to Bestbrook. What would that not do for a small village in South Armagh?
Indeed.
You understand?
The whole village could be employed there, couldn't it?
Well, it wouldn't happen, of course, but it would bring in, they could be buying papers, they could be buying clothes, they could be going to the post office, they could be going to groceries. You understand? And
Yeah, yeah,
so they're always a feed off for these things,
yeah.
But Uri and Mourne definitely does need to be looking for a headquarters, accommodation to settle down in and keep the thing going.
And it should work all right then if you've seen the big picture behind
Yeah.
it,
Well, it is working, you see. You
Yeah.
know. We don't have a whole lot about Uri and Mourne for recreation, and we Uri and Mourne, you see, they've spent a lot of their money on sports. You understand?
The football pitches.
Football pitch. If you get into the nitty gritty of the whole thing, and then they'll be saying you're anti this, Moffett, and you're anti that, but they have spent and give a lot of money away, hundreds and hundreds of thousands, and they don't have any money at the minute.
Right.
We've a fair debt under our belt in Uri and Mourne. We don't even have a good upmarket swimming pool,
Yeah.
and now we're going to build one, and I'm led to believe that we're not going to get what we wanted.
Right.
You understand? There's no money, and it's overpriced, and that we have. Warren Point, for instance, should have a water centre as well. Water sports.
Yeah.
They don't have that. That's our first seaside resort heading down into that part of the world. Warren Point is a great place too, and it should have been developed years ago for water sports, for visitors coming in.
Yeah.
You know.
Although they did build the marina there now, and it looks well, and it seems to be accommodating enough, you know.
Yeah, it is, but there was a new marina to go there, but they went ahead and they put the money to the bridge, do you see.
Yeah.
And I have been different views about the bridge. Certainly I was supporting the Southern Relief Road. That's a bridge coming across up at the meat factory here.
Oh.
Right across, and it's being investigated at the minute. And that would have took the traffic, lorries and cars all off the Point Road up onto the new bypass.
That'd be a good idea, yeah.
And I always maintained that's where the money should have been spent. But now that the other bridge is funded, we have to fall in behind. It's going to be happening anyway.
Right.
And there's no good starting arguing and fighting about it.
No.
You know.
Just get it built, and then you can argue and fight about it.
But another bridge. But I don't think we'll get another bridge in a hurry.
No, not after this one.
You know.
No.
Because we certainly need a bypass from the end of the roundabout up onto the Dublin Road.
Mm-hmm.
We need a shut off there.
Yeah.
You know.
As you say, a relief road.
Sure, that part of the town's unbelievable.
It's chocked up.
You
serious.
couldn't move in it.
No.
And
no.
You know, and I think it'll get worse with the bridge at Narwater. But people coming from Omeath, they'll come up across now on the Gerard Carriageway and up the road to the roundabout, because a lot of people don't like the Omeath Road. I don't like it myself. It's something scary about it.
It's a bad road at night. There's no
very bad road.
No,
so I think it'll add to the problem of the roundabout in Uri.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good well.
Yeah. Well, have you any message then for the general viewers here today about lifting themselves up in this? You know, the economic times aren't so good now.
Well, we need jobs. We need new jobs. That's to give the young people a lift.
Yeah.
Certainly need new jobs, and certainly would be hoping to keep our homes open for the elderly people. I certainly there was rumours that they were going to close our Clockray home and other homes about the district. We certainly will not be. There'll be war over that before it's finished.
No, that's not right.
It's not right at all. No.
I mean, there's too many closures between hospital beds.
Yeah. And this hospital certainly needs a car park.
Yeah.
And a multi-storey car park, because our elderly people are going up there for appointments and they have to park out on the road, and it's unbelievable.
It's dangerous too.
It's dangerous as well.
Yeah, it is dangerous.
And we need to be looking to get that done, and we need to look at Daisy Hill Nursery developed as well. We have no park in Uri. I don't care where you go anywhere else in Northern Ireland, there's a park.
That's right.
A park, and where women and the ladies can go with their prams and take their children to swings and stuff like that. We need that very badly.
Yeah.
In Uri.
Yeah.
So there you are.
Very good. You've been a councillor 38 years, is it?
Okay, 31, 32 years.
32 years.
Yeah.
And you're still bothering away at it?
Well, I'm still bothering away, and I get on with all the councillors.
Yeah.
We have a different opinion.
Okay,
We don't agree on everything.
But that's politics, isn't it?
No, well, we do have our arguments and disagreements.
Oh, you're well fit for it.
Yeah,
you love it, you thrive on it.
You get up and I believe in when you have a debate and an argument with someone, that you get up and you can leave them the way you came to you met them. As simple as that.
Well, that's the right way.
I wouldn't be a spiteful person in any way. And if you might say something to me now, and 10 minutes time I'll be talking to you again.
I get you, yeah. You don't hold any grudges.
Oh, not at all.
No.
I'm not really a political animal.
Right.
But I'm more so...
but you're there to represent
people.
You represent all...
But I'm loyal to my party.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
you know?
that's where you're from.
Well, I mean...
That's your life, isn't
politics, you know, and that's it.
Yeah.
And we get on fairly well with all the councils in Uri and more.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't get on with me because I'll be very sharp reminding them sometimes of their past.
Well...
And they don't... Some of them don't like it. You know? So... That's the way it goes.
But that's a matter-of-fact way, isn't it?
I mean, when someone talking out nonsense, you'd say, well, you remember yourself what you did about the town, and, you know.
A quick reality check for them.
Oh, yeah, you have to keep track on them. But they don't want to know that now, do you see?
Yeah.
They're all now in striped suits
Yeah. So you, indeed, but
and waistcoats.
you're going to keep on working then, Andy, are you?
I have no notion of stopping. I farm a bit, and I have no notion of quitting. No. Probably would have stayed on in the council if only just the boundaries has changed.
Right.
And we have a young man there, David Taylor's a great lad, and he's come in with me the last time. And for me to stand, some one of us would be beaten, and I'm certainly not going to be beating him.
Right.
He's a young man with a political life in front of him, and I think the young people nowadays they think different from the older fellas, because we have the pathways.
Yeah.
They're new brushes, and they're coming into brush clean on the whole thing, you know.
I hear you. So you're giving him the all your knowledge and.
Well, I'll give the lad plenty of rope and let him hope to win a seat for him, and he's only 29 or 30 years of age.
So
Good young fella he is.
Fresh into the political
Fresh
arena.
young fella, fresh brain, and is knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And short time in council, but he knows the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
And the workings of it.
Well, he's the new generation, a new way of thinking then.
Well, correct and right.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be getting up saying things that I'd be saying.
Right.
Because I know the ins and outs of every councillor in the chamber.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. You're an old hand.
And I know their past, and I know when they were turning into the town hall to light a match or
That's enough of that. No blackguarding here, Andy. No blackguarding. He's at it, you see. He's at it again.
I always tell them that, of course.
Well, listen, Andy, it's been a pleasure to have you in the studio here.
Good
We
man.
enjoyed the banter with you. And just before you go, have you a message to the young people? Are you to try and stick around and not leave the area?
I certainly would encourage the young people to stick to it, get themselves educated. Sometimes they're not always jobs for the educated or educated young people, young boys and girls. But it's better to have a bit of education. It's easy carried.
Yes.
Go to your school and attend to your school, and let's hope that whoever comes after me and Newry Moore District Council will be fighting for bringing you more jobs into the area.
And keep it
And
going.
the young people need jobs. And when they're working on marching, they're not fighting.
I've got you, yeah.
Simple as that.
That'll do. Well, thank you very much, Andy Moffett, for coming into the studio. It's been a pleasure, Andy. Thanks very much.
Thank you. There you are now.